goodness, if this is your first time checking out my live, welcome to Spice Al Cafe, where we spice up your life. Woo! I want you to take a little while and go get your, or not a little while, just call them on the phone, tell somebody, go look at Spice Al Cafe, call your grandma, auntie, friend, fiance, whoever it is, okay? Tell them to check out this live here because it's a good one today, y'all. Good one. I mean, they're all good, but this one, I'm telling you, I am here for it. Here for it. How you doing? My lovely people. Check it out. What are we doing today? I'm going to give you a quiz. Who can guess what we're doing today? There are apples, there is ginger here, and a whole lot of stuff. What are we doing? You guessed it. We're making apple ginger chutney. And you ask, well, what is that, Carolyn? So, it's an Indian condiment that you can use with, I mean, you can use with pork, you can use with whatever meat you like. You can use it on your bread as a spread. Ooh, you heard that? You heard how it rhymed? Oh my goodness, I probably should get into poetry now. Oh yes, my lovely people. So yes, it is lovely. Those of you who looked at the live I had prior with Polari and anything kind of like flat bread, I'm telling you, you can use that with it. So we are using just organic apples today. You can use, I mean, oftentimes when people make chutney, and if they're, you know, making apple chutney or apple ginger chutney, they would use more of a tart kind of apple. So maybe a Granny Smith apple. Listen, there are so many kinds of apples. I don't even know all of them, all right? The last time I made this chutney, I used Gala apples. There is Granny Smith, there is Fiji or Fuji or some G kind of apples, and these just said organic. So that's what I'm using today. So all I'm doing, I'm just giving my apples chop and then I am going to put everything. This is a one pot wonder, okay? So I am just cutting this up, and then I'm going to put, listen, you can just put this as, you can cut it up however you want. I mean, I'm cutting it in slices like these. You can just cut it in chunks. Listen, it's gonna get softer, and you can mix it up, and you wouldn't see how it looks in terms of slices, so it doesn't matter. I'm gonna just do a couple. I'm doing about 5 of these apples. So if you have apples in your fridge or on the table, trust me, you can just put some apples in the pot with all of these lovely goodness that I'm going to tell you about, and just let it boil away and do its thing. Okay? Yes, come on in. So right now you should have your auntie, your friend, your cousin, a fiance, a spouse, somebody. So now we're gonna really get working. I'm almost done. 2 more apples to go. Again, you can slice this, you can chop it in chunks, and all I am doing, listen, I don't have, if you have those fancy machine that will take out the core and the seeds, listen, more power to you. But I don't have that. So I am doing it the old-fashioned way with a knife and a cutting board. So listen, you don't have to get any fancy machine for this. If you have it, yes, use it. But if you don't, just use your knife and a cutting board and you should be good to go. So again, about 5 apples I had here. They're just organic apples. To me, they look more like Gala apples to me. but it just said organic, which is good, right? Good. It is good. I'm almost done. So I'm just peeling this out. Again, I'm taking out the core. Nothing overly fancy. I just have a peeler. If you don't have a peeler, you can use your knife as well. I used my knife a long time before I even got one of these. And I'm like, okay, Carol, it's about time. You should. So I'm just kind of cutting all the way around and leaving the core out. Okay? So yeah, you can tell me, chat in the live, tell me if you've tried chutney before, what type you tried. And if this is something that you think you can try. Because I believe it is something we all can try. Last one. And then I'm going to, put everything in the pot, give it a stir, and just let it do its thing. And then clean up. So we are making what? Apple ginger chutney. Yes. And you can use that. Listen, tomorrow I plan to do some lunch.
Howard just sent his regards.
Oh, hailing up, Howard. Yes. Once y'all come in the room, say hi. Hello. All my Caribbean brothers and sisters, hello. All my European friends, hello. Those of you in the States, hello. Welcome to Spice Isle Cafe again, where we're doing apple, I almost say mango, I almost said mango chutney, but I don't have mangoes today, so we're using apples.
I'm not sure if you said it, but if I'm correct, this is, you could use this combined with the pulao you did.
Yeah, oh, definitely. So you can use this as, I said, as a condiment for other things that I've done before. So I've done pylori, you can use that. You can use it for meat. So tomorrow I'm going to do some form of meat like lamb or pork. And I'm going to use that as the topping, on the meat. Oh, I can taste it already, my lovely people. So you need a big pot. I'm going to crank up the heat over here. Let me turn the light on. So you need a big pot like this at least. I did 5 apples. I'm going to pour the 5 apples in here. I just have my heat on medium high. Now, I have like 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. You want to use brown sugar to me because it helps caramelize and give this some goodness. So yeah, I just cut up like a half of the onion was really huge, so let's just say 1/4 of it of red onion. So I'm gonna put that in here. That would give it a little bite. You want a little kick. I'm putting the sugar. Now we need some acid here, okay? So I have, since we're dealing with apples, I am actually using apple cider vinegar. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so I have a 1/2 cup of this, and then I have about almost a cup, 3/4 of a cup, you can say, orange juice. All of this lovely goodness, we need to put it in there. And listen, we need some spices, okay? So I have paprika, I have a little bit of masala, and I have some cloves. I have 2 big cloves of garlic, and I'm just gonna put that in there. Yes. Now, the next star of the show. Listen, we have a lot of stars today. they're competing for my from my accolades. So ginger. Now we're using ginger root. If you don't have ginger root, you can use ginger powder, but I'm using the root, and that would add to the kick. But you want to mince it. Now I didn't go through, you know, setting up a blender or a food processor, so the mortar and pestle is gonna do the trick today. So I'm getting my muscles in, you know what I'm saying? I think I have a little, just don't laugh at me. Don't, I can hear you all laughing right now. Don't laugh. So I am gonna like give this some love right here. Wipe this off. And then I'm gonna add it in, give it a stir. Listen, don't worry about this elbow grease. You can put everything in your food processor, make it easy for you. If you don't have a food processor, don't worry about it. Cut it up fine, and just put it in a pot, okay? We're all about the easy peasy lifestyle here. So, I'm trying to pound it as much as possible because when you bite into a piece of ginger, sometimes it kind of throws you back. So you want to make sure that it will blend in nicely when you put it in. Okay, so this is about it. I put that in here. So I'm gonna add this to the pot. Look at this, y'all. Woo, woo. Ginger for soap. So you don't need a whole head of ginger, like a half a head of ginger, you know, because ginger, trust me, it's a lot. So I'm gonna give this baby a nice stir. When it starts boiling, I would add a little salt and some other goodness. But for now, I'm gonna just let it do its thing. I'm going to put it on high just so that it will boil, and then I'm going to break it down to a simmer. Yes. And then you see, well, you ask, well, why you have this out? Listen, this has a little kick in it, and I need the kick for it. So I'm just going to put like a little bit, a teaspoon or something in there with the salt a little bit later. So I'll leave this to do its thing and clean up. In the meantime, you need to text somebody and tell them to check out this live because we're making chutney. All right, I'm going to throw this away. Yes, my lovely people. Tell me in the live if you've tried chutney before, what type, what you like. And I hope you really try the recipe. I already have that recipe. Well, I have it on the blog, but I think I need to press post. So after this, yes, it will be there. So check later on tonight or tomorrow morning, and you will see there for sure. Tell me what y'all are saying. I need to hear it, because this is going to take a while to, well, let me rephrase that. Not a while. It's not like it's, you know, an hour or 40 minutes or anything like that. It's probably about 10-15 minutes, and, you know, things should be going. You want the water to evaporate, and then when it starts thickening, you know it's getting ready, okay? So I'm just letting it, again, I just give it a nice stir. I'm leaving it to do its thing. Yes, and just know the aroma in this house. I think the neighbors will be knocking on the door. I think the neighbors will be knocking on the door like, what are you cooking up here? Okay? So mango chutney, if you like that, that's good for you. I didn't have mango today. I'm using apples and ginger. If you don't like ginger, leave out ginger and just use apples alone. I'm sure just whatever fruit that can hold up to all of the other goodness that you put in, try it. You never know. And you can use that with all of your flatbreads. You can use that as a dip. You can, you know, and use it with your meats. And let me know what you think. Any comments, questions? I'll be happy to answer them because this is going to boil away. And then I'm going to add a little salt and other goodness. Tell me, tell me. Again, thank you for hanging out with me on this Saturday. I know there's a lot happening, you know. You probably have to go get kids' books or go and do groceries or whatever it is you do on a Saturday or watch a movie. But here you are hanging out with Carol. Now, Spice Isle Cafe, trust me, learning how to do chutney, you can impress your guests. Ooh, here it is again. You hearing it, honey? I'm dropping jewels today, y'all. Impress your guests, all right? And you can make that too. So let's see how it comes together. I can't wait. Woohoo! Yes, tell me about your chutney experience. Let me know. Questions, comments.
So, Shams is asking, have you ever made tamarind chutney? I made it once, the lazy way with all the seeds, LOL.
Oh, I have never made tamarind chutney, but that might be something to try. But I like using mangoes and apples because it just has, they already have their own sweetness or tartness and meatiness too. Sometimes, based on what you choose, you have to put way more to feel like you're actually getting anything out of it. But tamarind might be something to try if I get fleshy ones. So that's good. We're hearing about chutney experiences. I want you all to comment. Say something in the live. Let me know if you've tried chutney before. Do you know what it is? Would you try it? I believe I should try almost anything once. And then I'll tell you if I go back. So tamarind chutney, mango chutney, we're making apple ginger chutney. What have you made? Would you like to try this? I think it will be good. It will be a good family experience for you to try chutney. It's good. Questions, comments? Keep it coming, keep it coming. This has to boil. I think it's boiling. So I'm gonna add a little bit of salt here. I'm gonna eyeball this, y'all. I'm not gonna pull out my tools just for just to put in the salt. So I'm just putting in the salt right now. I think I need some help. No, I don't. I'm good. And here I go. Some masala. And then I'm gonna stir this baby in. Ooh, yes. You see, you don't need to add extra water again because with the orange juice, and listen, if you can do fresh orange juice, better for you. So fresh orange juice, when you're doing, because all of the citrus together, listen, I'm not a science person, but I've been cooking for a minute. So I love all of the different citrusy flavors that comes together. So orange and apples and mangoes, and they work very well together. Even pineapples, they work very well together. So having the apple cider vinegar with the orange juice And the apples itself, they just make their own extra juice. So look at this. It looks like if I put a whole pot of water in here, right? I didn't. But yes, it's going to come together nicely. I'm going to reduce the heat just a little bit and let it do its thing. I'm going to give it a taste and see if I get the kick now or if I need to put something more in there. Yep, the kick is there. At least for me. I'm a lightweight when coming to heat. I am a lightweight. I'm going to do a little hand washing here. I don't want to see trouble to eat my food. No offense to all of you who love spice out there. Listen, you can even add, for some people I know, they put red pepper flakes in there. They put hot sauce. Like, you can make it your own. You know, make it your own for your family, what you like, based on your own taste buds. Do it. But I know if it's too hot, I'll be crying.
So Shams was asking what's in the bottle. The contents were just added to the pot.
Masala, tikka masala. So again, I use dried masala. So if you have jeera or cumin, you know, masala, all of those extra like East Indian spices, it really makes your chutney have the flavor and that kick and goodness that it needs. So again, that's optional. That one that I put in there is optional, but if you have dry jeera or, you know, cumin or a dry masala, put that in there and you should be good to go for sure. Look at the color. You realize that it's changing? It's changing already. Yes, my people. So when most of the water has evaporated and you know it's thickening, you can choose to transfer that to a blender and kind of give it a big, you know, a pulse and have it, you know, have it like that. You don't want it pureed. You don't want when you pour it out, it just, you know, drips like if you're like baby food or anything. But you can put it in a food processor, or you can kind of give it a rough kind of mash, or you can just leave it like that. Some people add raisins. I don't know if traditionally that is something, because I love raisins, but I'm not gonna add it to that. Some people do. So again, make it your own for your family. Questions, comments. Have you tried chutney? Do you know what it is? Will you try it? And if so, what will you do? What fruit will you use? I want to hear it. Chutney time, apple ginger chutney here on Spice Isle Cafe. I hope you all are hanging out. Hope you're having a lovely day. The sun is out today, y'all. We have been receiving some very weird weather over here in Texas. So I hope that you are having a great weather day, a great beautiful day with your family, and you're hanging out with me, so I know the evening is going to be fabulous. Questions, comments? Tell me if you tried chutney or if you know something similar to chutney, and what is it called? This is a learning experience, so let me know. I'm checking on my pot, y'all. I'm checking on. Woo, lordy, lordy. Yes, it's getting nice and soft and almost translucent, if you will. Yeah, I'm loving the color. I am loving. You would almost think that I have curry in here, but I don't. I don't. I mean, it's just the ginger and the apples, and my goodness, I'm telling you. I mean, you don't need to stir like me. I just, it's finding something to do. So questions, comments, I'll be happy to answer them. We're making chutney. Like how you would store jams and jellies and marmalades and things like that. So you can just pour it out in that and you should be fine. Yeah. I'm ready. I'm ready to taste this lovely goodness. I'm really anxious, can you tell? All right, questions, comments. I don't even have a question or comment from my hubby. That's strange, don't you think? He is usually the one talking. Oh my goodness, look at the color, y'all. Look at the color. I'm loving all of this goodness right here. Look at this. You see how this is becoming translucent? Look at that. So the water is evaporating. It's coming to come. So let's do a DIY project. Now that's my sister's forte. But listen to me. You do not have to feel like you have to go in expense when coming to things like this. Use the things around your house. Now, I just finished a jar of jam. Was it jam or jelly? Anyway, one of those. In this, okay? And if I want, I can just like, I washed this already. I can just take this tape off. Look at that. Woo! I almost got it perfect. Almost. Anyway. And that becomes kind of like my own mason jar now that I can put my chutney in. You see what I'm talking about? You don't have to go into expense if you don't want to. You just use what you have around the house. I'm going to give this a wash again. And I may put some in that and some in a bowl and so I can store away for a little bit later. But again, this was just a jam jar and I took the paper off and I can put my chutney in there. Just say, you never know. So I'm gonna give this a little quick wash. I washed it before already, but I just didn't take off the paper. Yes, that's what you do with DIY. You use what you have in the house. Don't feel like you need to go on any kind of crazy expense because Spice at Cafe is not about going to expense. But if someone blesses me, I'm gonna say amen. Thank you. That's how it's gonna be. But yeah, now I have a jar that I can put, and I can actually have my label going. I think I'm gonna do that, y'all, while I wait for this baby to come through. I think we moved it. Honey? I think we moved it, our tag for the name, our name tag stuff has been moved. But it's okay. I don't know. I'm gonna let my hubby take a look and see how we can figure this out. All right, let me check on this. Oh, look at how this is thickening up, y'all. Look at how, so I would say that has been what, 10 minutes, 10, 15, since I put it in the pot, not from when the live started. since I put it in the pot, at least 10-12 minutes, and it's already thickening. Okay? So, before you know it, so I am going to use this handy dandy tool, and I am going to put apple ginger chutney on here. I'm going to make a nice label. and then this will become my beautiful jar for which I am going to use. I'm telling you, we are using just whatever I have around the house, as you can as well, to do this. So I'm going to put apple ginger chutney. I think I might have to print out 2. So let me print 1. Hopefully this label prints, y'all. Beautiful. Great. So I think I need to cut it. I know. Hopefully I cut it straight. Look at this. So I have my part of my label down. Hopefully I can put it on nicely. I know, right? All sort of gadgets in this house. Can you tell what I'm doing right now? Don't worry, I'm checking on the pot. It's not going anywhere. So hold on. Okay. Okay. So now that I have written that, now I need to put chutney on here. And I'm going to print. Oh, listen, the things you can do with whatever, I'm not telling you to go out and buy a label maker or anything, but I had it in the house from some other project, and I decided, well, since I have, look, so don't mind my little thingy here, but no, I have a label here from a jar that I had in my cupboard, okay? So it's clear, but that's okay. See, I'm telling you, you can't, there's a lot of things to do in the kitchen. Yeah, so my label has a name, and my chutney has thickened greatly. Look at all this goodness, this lovely, beautiful, beautiful goodness here, my people.
So Isabel says hi.
Hi, Isabel! Thank you for tuning in. So now, the water can still, evaporate a little bit, but look at another thing that I'm going to use. Don't laugh, because I find very creative ways over the years when I don't have certain tools in the house to just make it work. So look at what I'm going to use. What is this? This looks like a hammer, right? But it's not. It's one of those kind of meat pounder, like when you want to do like a Parmesan crusted, yeah, or your meat tender, right? Listen, I'm going to use this baby and go in the pot and kind of just press down and make this lovely chunky goodness. So I'm not going to take this out from the pot and put it in a food processor. I'm going to use this. I know it's not usual, but that's what I have. I'm going to use that. So I'm going to lower the pot just a little bit, because listen, we're about ready. I'm going gonna wash this out again, even though I have had it cleaned. So, I'm not tenderizing meat. I'm just gonna try and soften this even more. Listen, y'all. And when this is all dry, it's almost done. So I would say a good 15 to 20 minutes this takes. The whole process here. And I like to see some of the chunks in there. If you want it even finer, that's up to you. But I'm just using this to gently press in here. I'm not going to damage my pot, so I'm not going to pound. I'm just kind of pressing in. Yeah. And I'm going to get ready to start taking out some of these and putting it in. I'm going to leave some chunks so you can see it. See what it is. Look at that. Look how beautiful this is. Questions, comments. I'm getting ready to pour it in the jar.
Sergio says that he's hungry.
Oh, Sergio. Thank you all for tuning in. So I am going to put the rest of this in the pot, y'all. Look at this beautiful chutney that you can make here. Oh, I'm ready. I'm going to give it a taste. I'm ready to pour it in the pot and I didn't taste. Can you tell that I'm ready? I am so ready to eat. So I'm going to taste a little. Oh, I probably should let my hubby come and taste. Honey, you want to taste?
I'm good. I'm good.
He's good. He's good, he says, because he's going to clean that up afterwards. So I'm going to blow taste this. Oh. Ooh. Y'all, I can do the dance. I can do the dance. So I'm going to turn the heat off completely because I don't want all the liquid. I mean, most of the liquid should evaporate. As you can see, in 15 minutes, practically, this has reduced down to this lovely goodness. All right? And I am going to try and take my time and not burn myself. Okay, so I'm going to scoot this up. I have to be very careful so I don't burn myself. Again, this is lovely. Look at this. Beautiful goodness. So I'm going to take these and just kind of put it in here. It's going to get a little messy on the side, but that's okay. I am just going to put all of this in here. Look at this. Woo! Oh, my lovely people. If only you were here. Look at this beautiful goodness. I'm just going to give this a wipe. Look at this. Look at this. Don't you think you can do this? You know, if you prep ahead of time and have all of, you know, what you need, you cut up and everything, all you have to do is just put everything in the pot, let it boil. When the water evaporates, you're like, okay, I'm done. But look at this. Come on, somebody. Hello? So I just did some ginger, apple. I'm gonna help this thing cool down just a bit. I'm gonna put some water in here. I have to leave this uncovered, of course, for a bit.
Oh, it said that look ready for slap with.
What? Trust me, trust me. Look at this. I'm just gonna let this kind of cool down in the pot here still. Look at that, look at that. Look at this, look at this. If it will stay on. Let me see if it will stay on. I probably just leave it off so you can see all of the goodness in there. But I I'm thrilled at this. I'm excited. I'm ready to dig in. But you can try this at home. The recipe will be up on the blog. I am happy you will spend part of your Saturday afternoon with me. So, are you gonna try the chutney? I hope so. Whatever you like. If you don't like,